Before the war, there were many places within DC that catered to the rich and the shitty. Today, we are looking at such a place, the Statesman Hotel, a broken, dilapidated, mutant-infested hotel that lies in the centre of Vernon Square. It connects to the Our Lady of Hope Hospital via fallen antenna, which we will be looking at later. So let's take a look at this place. The inside is mouldy, dank, and has a lot of super mutants. Some I killed, some were dead when I got here. I swears it. But more on those daft assholes later. What really interests me right now is the terminal behind the front desk, which tells us some interesting things about the type of people that frequented this hotel. What we want is in the complaint files. File 1 lets us see an old friend, Harold Worthington III. The cheeky sod seems to have slipped on some wet tiles, and then demanded free stuff, in the form of pillows. You may remember him as the shithole that stole pillows from the hospital. It's not the last time he will turn up either. Complaint 2. Some whore got killed. It appears that the man that hired her killed her with a plastic bag, in what I assume was meant to be some kind of kinky sex. I assume it was an accident as he called the police. The staff then said she died in the line of duty. Ha! I can't tell if they're taking the piss or not, but that's not a very nice way to treat a hooker who has died. Complaint 3. Some woman complains of a burning smell. As it turns out, the electric blanket was cooking her legs, and she just didn't notice it. The way she makes it out, it's because she's a hardened woman. Though in fact it appears that she was just as high as an asteroid when it happened. Complaint 4. Shitlord the Third again. So he appears to have a system. He spends all night in the fresco lounge, then hurts himself in some way, then claims restitution. Once again it was in the form of free pillows. I don't... The cunt now has 23 to his name. 'Twill be a mighty pillow fort when it's all done. If we go up the stairs to the left here, we will find an elevator. It goes to the roof, but when you first arrive here it will not work. As such, you may be left thinking, well, there isn't really much else here then, is there? Simply not true. If we head up the stairs to the back and go straight to the back, we happen across this charming room. So this person seems to have died in the bed and possibly in their sleep, yet the food around them suggests that this happened after the war, which is actually a pretty common theme here, as I think most of the people that died in the hotel did so after the war. The person in the toilet seems to have killed themselves or chose to die in the bathtub and are holding a plunger. I really don't know what it is with this game and fucking plungers. Now, since the person in the bed seems to have died in their sleep, two things may have happened. They were shot by the person in the bathroom, who then killed themselves, or they died when the bombs dropped and the person in the bath was trying to take shelter. But based on the food and ammo, I think it happened after the bombs fell. Not much else here, so it's off to Our Lady of Hope Hospital to get to the higher floors. You need to progress up the stairs to the back of the hospital, and then head through the kitchen. Outside we find this big antenna. Crossing it and dropping down will lead us to the upper levels of the Statesman. The building is in much worse state of repair than the lower levels, and you will encounter a greater amount of super mutants, from low level all the way to overlords. The place is also booby-trapped out the hole, so be on your toes and don't take any sharp corners. You will start to find dead super mutants, no doubt dumb shits that stepped on bombs. More skeletons as well, such as this chap right here, who seems to have died while reaching for the telephone. I find it a bit weird as from the food, and as I said before, this probably happened after the war, the phone wouldn't have worked. Fucking Egypt. In the back we find another possible suicide. This one seems to be a lot more open and shut, as there is literally a note in a pool of blood. We can't read it, but we can imagine it says many sad things about regret, things they wish they said to people. You know, the usual shite. No weapon though, so I have no clue how they off themselves. The next corpse is this greedy bastard. I can't tell if they drank so much they died of radiation poisoning or someone killed them while they were doing it. If this was alcohol, this would be somehow less sad. They might have also been trying to get the bottle of quantum in the machine and their body gave out before their spirit did. If that was the case, fair play. But onwards and upwards. To find Theo. Now, Theo is a member of Reillys Rangers, and beside him we find his ammo box. The code for which can only be found if you get the mission, Reillys Rangers, from Reilly before you get here. It just has some ammo though, so it's not exactly anything special. The bodies are a little more frequent now, and the cause of death is a little harder to infer. Except for this person, I'm assuming their death is in some way related to the Nuka-Cola machine. I find it odd that there are so many of them in a previously most likely 5-star hotel, where fine drink would usually be the water of the realm. But whatever. dead super mutants are also going to become more common, partially because traps, partially because I am a badass. These next two lads/lasses died in the ground, eating food, most likely imagining the TV as it would not have been working at this point. They also died during eating, which, given that many of the corpses we have seen were in beds or baths with food near them, that would indicate that a lot of this happened either early morning or late at night. Up to the next level now, and we actually get quite an interesting story here. Through the first door on the left, we come to quite a spacious and ramshackle room. Not much here, except a skeleton on the bed to the right. Under the bed is an assault rifle, and on top of it is a hollow note, called A Note from Little Moonbeam's Father. Let's take a listen.
My dearest little Moonbeam, I know you've been waiting to hear what happened to me. I'm sorry I left you like I did. An important deal came up. One that might have let us get away from the shack we were living in. I came to the Statesman Hotel to meet the buyer, and the deal went bad. We shot each other, and now I think I'm dying. I won't make it out of this place. The ruins are crawling with super mutants. All I can do is record this and then hide up in one of the rooms. You're a strong girl, and I know you can use everything I taught you to survive alone. Please forgive me, sweetie. I only wanted to make the best for us. Daddy loves you very much. Goodbye.
So this is the best piece of evidence I have that a lot of the people in here came in after the bombs fell. He directly references the super mutants and makes mention of a deal. Now, it wouldn't have been set up here if it was not secure, so I'm assuming that at this point there were more people here and less super mutants. He got shot and presumably lay here until he died. But who is Moonbeam? Well, it's a she, and she was, at one time, a companion of sorts. Sydney, who we meet at the National Archives. We will cover her later, but you can bring the note to her. It's sad, as this was an attempt by a father to do right by his daughter, but in the end he just ended up leaving her to wander alone in DC. At the end of the hall, we come to one of the elevators that you can actually repair to make traversal of the building easier, although I recommend going floor by floor as it means you don't end up being chased by too many super mutants. The next corridor is empty, with nothing of note, so we can move on. In the room to the left, you can use debris to flank the super mutants and maybe get a few stealth kills, before checking to see what the next floor has to offer. If you got straight to the end of the corridor and turned left, we can find a janitor's closet with another skeleton inside, and surprise surprise, it involves fucking plungers. I think, maybe, I swear to god it was all the one guy did this stuff, all the one level designer. They seem to have died in between two cleaning buckets and possibly after killing themselves or being hit with that big iron. We may never know. This is the final set of stairs, and this time it takes us up several floors, and is baby trapped out the fuck. So be careful as you go up. Don't want to be getting crippled near all those super mutants now, do you? Now to the fancy lounge, where Owl Harold was up to no good. We can look at the terminal for the seating arrangements, even though it seems a bit pointless, as obviously a super mutant can't fit its huge hole on a seat. Also, watch out for the overlords, they will rustle your jimmies. So this appears to be an Owl Boys Club, for drinking and talking. Also, no bodies in here, the final bit of evidence that I need that this place was abandoned before the bombs hit and occupied after. Get the fishing battery off this protector on, you will need it. And I got the shit scared out of me by this overlord. I did not know he was here, and he wasn't here when I left the building. So yeah, that was really not a fun experience. So next, onto the roof. Now, I know what you're thinking. Will I get shot? No. Everything up here is dead, and the only people we get to meet are some distinguished members of Reillys Rangers. So unless you go in guns blazing, in which case you're retarded, you should be fine. So approaching them lets you talk to Butch, Brick and Donovan, and get the story off of them. You can also give them some ammo.
The name's Butcher. I'm the team medic. It's good to see a friendly face. Okay now, who the heck are you, and when are reinforcements coming? Just you? You made it up here alone? Okay, I'm impressed. Reilly must have sent the right person for the job, as usual. Hey, is she okay? She's our commander. I hope she's still alive. When I saw you come up here, I assumed she'd sent you. Well, we can chit-chat about all that later. Right now, can you help us get off this damned roof? I know you don't know me from the shit under your boots, but I promise you when we get out of this, you'll be paid well for it. I'd suggest we go back the way you came, but I think that may be impossible. Our only chance is this express elevator to the lobby level. You're right. What we need is something to power the elevator motor up here and get the thing going. On the way up here, I'm pretty certain we passed a maintenance room. Inside was a wrecked Protectron. If you can get me its fission battery, I can have Donovan jury-rig the elevator. All right, we'll hold the roof position here. If any of us goes down, don't stop. Get the hell out of here and make for our HQ, Ranger Compound. Back so soon? Are we in luck? Oh, that makes me feel a whole lot better. Thanks. We're mercs, but instead of hunt and destroy, we map the ruins for sale to the highest bidder, and make a good living at it too. There were 5 of us in the company until we lost Theo. There's something about this area. I can't put my finger on it, but just like the mall, there's an unusually high concentration of super mutants. If I had the time and resources, I'd investigate. All I care about now is getting the hell off this damn roof. I'd say it was a whole lot of luck. We set as many traps as we could behind us and killed as many super mutants as possible. Being able to fend off the last wave of them made the rest more cautious, but it also drained our ammo. It's only a matter of time before they rally, especially since you punched through their lines. Back so soon? Let's get a move.
Rick's the name, and I call this fine-looking room sweeper Eugene. We've had a lot of fun together mowing down super mutants, but I think it's time we get off this roof. The other guys hate mapping this zone, but hey, I love it. I love turning the muties into a fine red mist with my gun. Oh, hell yeah! Skill, baby. Pure skill. And my big-ass gun. Watch your ass, kid.
Hey there. Donovan at your service. You break it, I fix it. All I can tell you is this place sucks. I hope we never have to map another inch of it. Thanks. I was starting to feel a little naked without it. By the seat of our pants, we are out of everything. Ammo, food, and time. I have no idea how we made it this long, but damn, I am glad you got up here. Yep, no problem.
So we learned that Reillys Rangers are a mercenary group that map out ruins and sell them to the highest bidder. Quite unlike any other groups we have seen. They tell you they lost Theo when they came in, and they have no more ammo and no way out. They ask you to get the fission battery, I told you to get, and get the elevator working, which you do. Then you get the pleasure of fighting through loads of super mutants, which at my level was pretty easy. Try and keep them all alive to get the best reward, and then talk to Butcher to get your reward.
Well, I suppose thanks are in order, and a little something extra for your trouble. I'm going to head back to the Ranger compound and see if Reilly's back yet. If you make your way there, Reilly will pay you herself. If I can ever be of medical assistance or you need some supplies or repairs, let me or Donovan know.
We will not look any further into this group for the moment, as that is not the topic of this video. The Statesman Hotel is a strange place, home to both Wastelanders and the super mutants. As I have stated many times, I believe it was emptied before the bombs fell and all these people arrived here after, and died. Most likely the super mutants had some form of hand in that, but we may never know and can only speculate on many of the deaths. Though I think my thoughts on that sod with the Nuka-Cola bottle surrounding him was absolutely on point. This video was a bit harder to make due to the amount of footage that I had to go through, but it is more in line with many of my earlier videos, so I hope you liked it. If you did, a like and a share really help the channel grow, and if you want to see my content as soon as it's done, then subscribe to get regular updates. I am very active on Facebook and Twitter, so follow me there if you want to chat or get news in the channel. If you have business you wish to discuss, please leave me a private message here or on Facebook, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I also have a subreddit, the thenthapple, but I'm really unsure as to what I'm going to do with it for now. So for now, if you want to discuss lore or whatever, go post there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.